MMA is the fastest growing sport in the world right now. There's new people coming to the sport every year, starting to watch the fights, starting to get involved in the scene, starting to become fans of the sport, and also starting to train themselves. And for those last people, the people that start to train themselves, this video is for you. In this video, I want to show you guys 5 techniques that you need to know in order to get going in MMA. If you know these 5 techniques, you already have a good basis and you're ready for your first trainings, and you're going to be able to have a good time in this sport of MMA, which is very complex. But with that being said, I want to take you guys to the gym and I'm going to show you these 5 techniques that you need to know to get started in MMA. Let's go. Okay guys, I'm in the gym now and I want to show you guys the 5 techniques that I talked about. But first of all, I want to talk about MMA in general. So you can separate MMA into 3 parts: striking, wrestling and grappling. So I'm going to show you guys 2 techniques from the striking, 1 technique of the wrestling, and then 2 techniques of the grappling. And then you have an overall picture of MMA. Yeah, and you know 5 techniques that you need to know. Let's start with the first technique. For that one, I'm going to have my friend Carl here. Carl, how are you doing?
Good, and you?
I'm very good, thank you. Good that you're here. He's one of our amateur fighters, and the first technique is just going to be a simple striking technique that you need to know, which is the jab cross. So the 1-2, just the normal 1-2. When you're standing both in the orthodox stance, you just throw the left hand and then you throw the right hand. It's good when you move your head a little bit on both punches, so that you don't stand straight, because when you're standing straight, he can just jab at the same time and we both punch each other in the face. But if I move my head off the line, I hit him and he doesn't hit me. So for both punches you can boom, boom. You can move your head from side to side, okay? So now when we move, let's move a little bit. It looks like this. Okay, pretty basic. Everybody knows this, and if you know this, you can obviously just throw the 1 or just throw the 2. Okay, so pretty basic first technique. Now the second technique is a very simple one as well, but one of the most used techniques in every UFC fight, and that's the low kick, or also the calf kick. When we're both standing this way, I have 2 options for my low kick. I can kick him to the thigh, or I can kick him low to the calf. And in the recent years, people started kicking to the calf way more because there's not a lot of muscle there, and there's a nerve, the peroneal nerve. And when you hit that one, you really start to damage the other guy's leg and his ability to move. Also, a good thing about this kick is you can do it, throw it from far away. So when you don't want to get into the punching range where he can hit me, I can stay out here and I can throw the calf kick, okay? Boom. With the calf kick, it could be good when you hit it with the chin, but most of the time you will hit it with your foot. So you need to really time it so you don't kick a knee, or he doesn't check it by turning his leg, and then you will hurt yourself. So make sure when you throw this calf kick that you have the timing down. Don't throw it out of nowhere. Don't just throw it like this, but maybe throw a jab before or move to the side a little bit and then throw the kick, okay? So that's technique number 2. Now that we finished our 2 techniques in the striking department, we're gonna go to the wrestling department. And for that one, we're gonna do just the basic double leg takedown. Everybody needs to know how to do a double leg takedown, okay? In wrestling, the double leg takedown would work with your knee on the ground. You go in between his legs, you go to the side, you hug his legs, and then you can pick him up and put him to the ground. In MMA, that's not really necessary, because in wrestling, why do we go to the knee? Because we're both standing like this. So I need to get underneath him. That's why I'm going to the knee. In MMA, we're standing more upright. So in MMA, I would just find myself in. I would try to get inside with punches, and then I would just put my leg in between his legs, but I don't go down to the knee. I just go down with my weight, and then I can pick him up. So in MMA, we would move a little bit, then you would throw some punches, and then maybe after throwing the jab, you go inside, you do the same thing, and you just pick him up. And then you can carry him around and just put him to the ground, throw 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and he's over. Okay guys, for the 4th technique, we're gonna work on getting back up when the other guy takes me down. Okay, so he's gonna do the takedown that we just showed. He puts me to the ground, and now, let's go there. And now I need to get back up, okay? In order to get back up, I need to put some pressure here. And then I need to push. I need to put this leg to the ground, this elbow to the ground, and then I need to scoot backwards in this direction, okay? So I will go here to the knee and then to my leg, okay? And then I'm standing again. Why do we do it like this? We want to move away from the partner and not towards him. If I just stand up like this, he punches me in the face and I'm in a bad position. He can crunch me again, he can punch me, and I'm not gonna be able to get back up, okay? So that's why we wanna go backwards. Let's do it fast this time. So we're here, I'm here, and I'm going away from him, okay? Now this is if we're standing. In case we're on the ground already, it's a little bit different, but also it's the same technique. That's why I showed you the technical stand-up. For this one, I wanna get my overhook on this side. And let's turn a little bit. And I wanna get my knee in here on this side, okay? So I wanna do the knee shield. Now, I'm gonna hold on to my inner thigh. I'm gonna go to my elbow again, and I'm gonna put pressure on him here. I'm gonna pressure on his shoulder. This way, it's hard for him to push into me again. Okay? Now, I'm gonna get my leg out, and I'm just gonna go away. Like I did before standing up, now we do it on the ground, okay? So that's technique number 4. For technique number 5, I wanna show you guys one way to finish the fight. And this one is actually the way most of the fights, at least in the UFC, I guess overall in MMA, are finished, which is the rear naked choke, okay? So the rear naked choke is the choke from behind when I'm behind his back, and I'm gonna show you guys how it works. So let's sit down. For the rear naked choke, it's very important that you put your hooks inside, because this way I can control him. When he moves to the sides, I have control over him. If I don't have the hooks inside, he can just turn towards me. That's why I need to put my hooks inside, so I have control over him, okay? Now, one of my arms normally is underneath his armpit and one is over his shoulder, okay? This position is called the seat belt because it is like a seat belt in the car, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna go with this one that's already over the shoulder. I'm gonna go underneath his chin. I'm gonna hold on to his shoulder. And now the only thing I need to do from here is free this arm, put it behind his head, and now hold on to my own biceps. For this one, you can make a little bit of space by moving away from him, so you have space, and then you can move closer to him again, make everything tight, and now just make everything more tight until he taps, okay? So that's the rear naked choke, and that's the most important submission in MMA because most of the fights are finished this way. Okay guys, with that being done, those are 5 techniques for MMA, 5 basic techniques that everybody should know. I hope you got something from it. Make sure to learn these techniques, get yourself a training partner that you can do them with, ask your coach if he can show you how to do them properly. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. See you soon und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye bye.